Is the Iowa City Metro headed into a buyer's market for 2023? Do we dare even talk about it? I say we do. So let's dive into the numbers from the Iowa City Area Association of Realtors MLS data. I'm going to give you the numbers from the month of December. I'm a little excited about these numbers for my buyer clients because it's been a long road these last couple of years, and the people, well, really the buyers, they need a break. I think we're mostly moving past bidding wars and anxiety producing over asking prices. But it's not all bad news for my seller clients either. I'm going to explain why. Okay, here are the numbers for single-family homes only in the Iowa City Metro. I'm talking Iowa City, Coralville, North Liberty, and Tiffin. Sales prices have taken a slight dip from a year ago. We're down 1%. The total number of closed sales is down 34.4% over a year ago, and our new listings and active inventory are also both down pretty significantly. New listings are down 16.9% and active inventory is down 20.5%. Inventory has been a problem and it continues to be. This is an issue locally as well as nationally. Make a mental note of this. I think low inventory is going to be the driving factor in how our housing market shakes out, especially this spring when the bulk of buyers enters the market. Check out this number. For December, we're looking at 97.3% list to sales price ratio. That's a lower list to sales price ratio than we typically see here in the Iowa City area. A more typical number is 98 to 99%. So what does this 97.3% number actually mean? I look at it two ways. One, obviously, the limited number of buyers out there had more leverage and they were able to work sellers down on the price. But here's the kicker. A buyer's ability to work a seller down on price is going to be hamstrung by inventory. If there's nothing on the market and the seller has some leeway with their timing, they're still not going to entertain crazy lowball offers. The other option for this reduction in the list to sales price ratio is that we're seeing sellers come to terms with the reality of pricing their homes post the insanity of 2021 and the first part of 2022. Keep in mind that housing stats are a lagging indicator. The homes that sold in December were likely put on the market in October and November. Many of these sellers were probably still holding on to the dream of what could have been for their price. And then they ended up accepting offers that were actually more in the range of reality, actual market value, and not so much of those smoking hot deals. You know what I mean? Another super important factor to calculate into this interpretation of these numbers is the fact that mortgage rates peaked at around 7% in mid-October to early November, which made buyers get scarce really fast. So sellers' motivation to lock into a contract at that point was high. They wanted a buyer, any buyer. Take a look at the days on market. It's up to 49 days, which is a 19.5% increase over last year. Before you get too bent out of shape over this number, keep in mind that the way we count DOM, days on market, here is from listing to pending date, not listing to under contract date, the way a lot of other markets do. The way you reach pending status is for all contingencies to be released, things like inspections and buyer financing. Releasing inspection contingencies usually takes 10 to 14 days, and releasing financing is usually 3 to 4 weeks. So if you really want to know the average amount of time that it's going to take for a house to go from listing to under contract, I would subtract 21 to 30 days from the Iowa City Area Association of Realtors DOM number, which means we're coming out at 19 to 28 days from listing to accepted offer for homes that were sold in December. Take a look at the month's supply of inventory. 3.4? That's the highest I have seen that number in a long time. And what that number is telling us is how long, hypothetically, it would take to sell all of the current inventory on the market. It is a calculation that tries to quantify the relationship between supply and demand in the housing market. The lower the number is, the more of a seller's market you're experiencing. And the higher the number is, the more of a buyer's market you're experiencing. Historically, 5 to 6 months of supply is associated with modest price appreciation, and that's what is considered a balanced market, meaning the dynamics of the market are not favoring either buyers or sellers. Things are balanced. So, are we in a buyer's market yet here in the Iowa City area? No, but we are inching towards a balanced market. Remember, housing numbers are always lagging, about 30 days behind, so it's going to be super interesting to revisit these stats when the January numbers are published. Looking forward towards our spring market, the real story is going to be the play between inventory and interest rates. Interest rates have dropped down under 6%. I heard 5.75 today at our sales meeting. These rates, while not crazy low like we saw in that 3% range, are starting to breathe life back into buyers who were just sidelined last year. So if we see a decent pool of buyers this spring, coupled with low inventory, I do not foresee a buyer free-for-all. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news for all of you out there who have been waiting for the local housing market to crash. Will sellers get crazy over list price offers? I don't think so. Not like before. Will buyers find themselves paying close to list price or list price? Probably yes. Will sellers have to be realistic with their list prices? Yes. Let's talk about what could push us over the edge into a solid buyer's market. But first, if you like keeping up to date on all things real estate here in the greater Iowa City area, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what are the two things that could push us into a rock solid buyer's market? One, if something changes with our chronically low inventory. But I feel like that's unlikely because new construction has just not kept up with demand for a long time now. Additionally, we have a whole segment of homeowners who are essentially locked into their property by their desire to hold on to those insanely low mortgage rates that they got in the last 2 years. And two, interest rates. If they were to spike higher again and push a large segment of buyers out of the market, sellers would have no choice but to slash their prices in order to compete for buyers left standing. So if we see interest rates rise or we see inventory skyrocket up, then maybe we'll enter a buyer's market. What do you predict is going to happen this spring and beyond in the Iowa City housing market? I'd love to hear from my viewers, so leave a comment down below and let's talk about it. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.